Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a este vídeo de Frugal for Health, una iniciativa que busca dar a conocer proyectos frugales de todo el mundo. Si esto de la innovación frugal aún no sabes de qué va a hacer más con menos. Y te dejo un vídeo de Navi Rajau que lo cuenta muy bien cómo hacerlo en el sector salud y social. Hoy me encuentro en el Departamento de Investigación Materno-Infantil de la Universidad de Embara para conocer un pediatra emprendedor que ha desarrollado un equipo para hacer la fototerapia más accesible para todos los niños con ictericias de Uganda. Lo conoceremos también a su equipo técnico y le preguntaremos si en cierta manera también su propuesta es frugal. Acompáñanos y si te gusta el vídeo puedes quedarte al post-entrevista con un debate con diferentes agentes. Hasta pronto.
So thank you very much, Edward. My name is Moses Ochora. I am a pediatrician. I take care of very little babies, the small ones who've just been born. And in my daily work, I encounter babies who get yellowing of the skin and the eyes, which we call jaundice in the medical language. So normally this yellowing of the skin and the eyes is potentially dangerous to the brain of the baby if not well treated. And normally the treatment is a special blue light, like what you're seeing here called phototherapy. And what this light does is that it makes this yellow component less dangerous, and then the baby can pass it out. So I realized that in the settings where I work, there are so many babies with jaundice, but then there are too few machines. So normally what happens then, some people end up improvising, putting more than a baby at the same time. They have to maybe design schedules and we're not going to put babies. So I really felt like we needed to do something. And then also the machines were brought from Europe, brought from the Americas. And when they get spoiled, then you have to order a spare part from out. And then you have one nurse taking care of so many babies, and you can't monitor what's happening. So then with my team, we felt like we need to do a context-specific solution for these babies who get yellowing of the skin and the eyes. And we realized we needed to do something in our local setting, and that's how we got to what we call photocabada. So photocabada is more like it's a vernacular word, a local language. A cupboard carries very many things at the same time. So we felt if we have a device that carries more than one baby at the same time, produces the blue light, it's remotely monitored, can use a hybrid power system, both solar and national grid, maybe then we can be able to increase the access of these babies. I think when you work and live in a low-resource setting like where I work, you don't have a choice but to be frugal. Pretty much you under-promise and over-deliver. With the little that you have to ensure that many more benefit. So I think for me, frugality is having a big impact from really a small fund or a small basket. So the medtech industry in Uganda and Africa as large is burgeoning. It's like pretty much starting up. Well, you could count 10, 15 years, but it's just picking up the momentum. And so a lot of people are taking interest in designing medtech solutions for their countries. But then every other step you make is a learning opportunity. There are barriers. The regulation is not very clear. There are gray areas of regulation. There is a lot of, it's not as heavily financed as the other sectors. And then there are too many challenges for too few innovators. And that means that even the manufacturing hub is not as strong. So I think it's if you look at the world just right after the world wars, when everyone was just starting to pick up and the industry were being built, I think the medtech industry in Africa is at that point. The future is bright, but we just need to have a few things get right really. We try to source all our materials locally, look at the solutions that affect us in our areas, and try to solve them using what we have around us. So we kind of have what we call, our design thinking is more like we start from the user. What does the user want? And then we try to work on that. So I think for us it's simplicity meets innovation and ingenuity. Everything we do is based on a problem that is locally available. So I'll start by saying we have a very good solar system. So basically we want to really go green on renewable energy. but also we try to conserve whatever we use within the device. So right from our employees, we all try to ensure we are lean. I'm a medical doctor, but then I try to learn bits of engineering, try to learn bits of marketing. Our engineers have gotten to learn what jaundice is. The social worker has gotten to learn bits of engineering. So even in our labor force, we try to ensure that we learn as much as possible. But even the materials that we use there, again, like I said, they are locally sourced. And we try to minimize wastage because, again, like I said, low resource setting, you can't be anything but frugal. That is an interesting question. I like it because we are innovative people on the last mile. The person who is at the base of the pyramid, how do they get to know about us? I wouldn't say everybody is connected on social media. Not everybody is on the social. Not everybody has a smartphone to look at a YouTube channel. Even if they have a smartphone, they don't have data. So one is we do, right now we move in facilities and tell them about jaundice. Personally, I am a mentor for newborn care. I go train in facilities about newborn care. And every time I talk about newborn care, I talk about phototherapy, I talk about jaundice, and I tell them, hey, I'm developing a solution. So for me, I think using the available channels through the Ministry of Health, through the health system, we get to the person at the base of the pyramid. But again, with 5G, with the internet, I think the possibilities are limitless. So I'm open to all sorts of avenues to get to the base of the pyramid. Sure, thank you for giving me the time and the privilege to share a little story with everybody. And I must say that I have a strong team of individuals behind me whom I work with, and I would like to invite more people to come and join us in this cause. And together we can improve access to effective phototherapy. Thank you.
Esto ha sido todo de la entrevista, espero que os haya gustado. Nosotros nos vamos para entrevistar a más gente y os dejamos con un debate muy interesante para profundizar sobre este tema. Nos vemos, hasta pronto.